Hi there and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Kamala Harris, a prominent figure in American politics, has often been celebrated as a trailblazer. As the first female vice president and the first of Black and South Asian descent, her historic achievement seems groundbreaking. However, her relationship with the African American community has been fraught with complexity and contention. Critics argue that her efforts to connect with Black voters might be more superficial than substantive. When Joe Biden chose Kamala as his running mate, it generated a surge of excitement and optimism. People hoped she represented a fresh and different approach compared to previous vice presidents. Yet, the situation is more intricate than it initially appeared. Being the first in her position was one challenge, but meeting the expectations and living up to those promises has proven to be a different ballgame entirely. Recently, a leaked tape has stirred controversy and raised questions about whether Kamala Harris's polished public image is merely a facade. This isn't idle speculation. Sources suggest that the tape might reveal unsettling truths about her and her supposed woke agenda. Kamala Harris has often presented herself as a strong advocate for her Black heritage, only to shift focus to her Indian roots as the situation demands. This has led to accusations of inconsistency. For instance, in 2019, she proudly declared, "I'm Black, and I'm proud of being Black. I was born Black, I will die Black, and I'm proud of that." At the time, it seemed like a clear assertion of her Black identity. However, her focus appears to waver depending on her audience. Her connection to Howard University, a historically Black institution, is frequently highlighted as part of her Black credentials. Yet, some question whether merely attending a Black college is sufficient to truly understand and engage with Black culture. Another point of contention is her past relationship with Willie Brown, a significant figure in California politics. Some argue that their relationship might have provided her with career advantages, though it's important to note that personal relationships shouldn't necessarily be judged. Further complicating matters is her marriage to Doug Emhoff, a white man. While interracial marriages are personal matters, some critics use this as a point to question her ties to the African American community. These controversies contribute to a broader perception that Kamala Harris's identity is fluid, shifting depending on political convenience. Kamala's career has also seen significant shifts. Once known as a tough prosecutor who was hard on crime, she now advocates for reform and reduced incarceration. Her earlier support for California's 3 strikes law, which imposed life sentences for repeat offenders, was harsh, especially as it disproportionately affected Black and Latino communities. This stance stands in stark contrast to her current position favoring criminal justice reform and reduced prison populations. Additionally, her tenure as Attorney General included policies like prosecuting parents of truant children, which critics viewed as excessively punitive. Despite this, Harris's current stance on criminal justice reform represents a significant shift from her previous position. Furthermore, during her time as Attorney General, she was criticized for her resistance to police body camera initiatives, despite her current advocacy for fair policing practices. The contradictions in her policies have raised questions about her sincerity. At one point, she was known for her tough-on-crime stance, while now she promotes criminal justice reform and opportunities for those who have been incarcerated. This dramatic shift has led some to question whether she genuinely believes in these reforms, or if she's merely adapting her position for political gain. Kamala's efforts to connect with African American voters have been met with skepticism. Attempts to engage with Black communities often seem disingenuous, with critics accusing her of exploiting her Black identity when it suits her political needs. This has led to a growing sense of disillusionment among some Black voters who feel that Harris's outreach lacks authenticity. Comments about her past and the perception of her being disconnected from the very community she aims to represent contribute to this sense of alienation. Kamala Harris's attempts to connect with African American voters have also been marked by missteps. For example, her awkward engagement with cultural topics, such as her embarrassing misidentification of Tupac Shakur as being alive, has been widely ridiculed. These moments highlight her struggles to genuinely connect with younger generations and urban communities. Her efforts to relate through music and culture often fall flat, contributing to the perception that her outreach is more performative than heartfelt. Moreover, Harris's personal life and past relationships have been scrutinized in the public eye. The rumor that she advanced in her career due to her relationship with Willie Brown continues to cast a shadow over her political rise. Despite their relationship ending years ago, the association remains a point of controversy, influencing how some view her career trajectory. The details of her personal life, including her marriage to Doug Emhoff, have also been used to question her authenticity and commitment to African American causes. The right wing has seized on these controversies, using them to attack Harris's credibility and effectiveness. Donald Trump, in particular, has criticized her harshly, accusing her of mishandling immigration and being unsuitable for office. These attacks contribute to the polarized and contentious environment surrounding her public image. The leaked tape that has surfaced only adds to the ongoing debate about Harris's authenticity. It suggests that her public persona might be a carefully constructed facade designed to appeal to various voter bases. Critics argue that her actions and statements often seem driven by political calculations rather than genuine conviction. In light of these controversies, Harris faces a critical moment in her political career. The skepticism of African American voters and the relentless attacks from political opponents create significant challenges. To regain trust and credibility, Harris must address these issues directly, moving beyond superficial gestures and engaging in meaningful dialogue with the communities she represents. The current situation underscores a broader issue of perceived authenticity and trust in politics. For Harris, the path forward involves addressing these concerns transparently and demonstrating a genuine commitment to the issues she champions. Only time will reveal whether she can navigate these challenges and restore faith in her leadership. Kamala Harris's political journey has been anything but smooth, reflecting a series of significant shifts and controversies. Her career trajectory, while impressive on paper, is marred by inconsistencies and criticisms that have caused many to question her authenticity and commitment. As the first female vice president of the United States and the first of Black and South Asian descent, Harris's path was historic and filled with high expectations. However, her tenure has sparked a multitude of debates, revealing complexities that go beyond her groundbreaking role. Harris's initial selection as Joe Biden's running mate was met with enthusiasm and optimism. Here was someone who seemed to offer a fresh perspective, diverging from the usual political archetypes. Yet, the excitement surrounding her was quickly tempered by scrutiny, particularly regarding her connection to the African American community. Critics argue that her efforts to resonate with Black voters often come across as performative rather than genuine. The leaked tape in question has intensified these discussions, suggesting that Harris's polished public persona might be more superficial than substantive. This recording is rumored to expose troubling details about her past, potentially unraveling her carefully crafted image. Such revelations have sparked renewed skepticism about Harris's true stance on various issues, including her previous positions on criminal justice. Harris's background, often emphasized as a key part of her identity, reveals a complex narrative. On one hand, she proudly identifies with her African American heritage. On the other, her Indian background is also a significant aspect of her identity. This duality raises questions about why she seems to highlight one aspect of her heritage over the other at different times. Her 2019 assertion of pride in her Black identity contrasted sharply with her more recent embrace of her Indian roots, suggesting a strategic shift depending on the political context. Harris's connection to Howard University, a historically Black institution, is frequently highlighted as a testament to her Black credentials. However, critics question whether attending a Black college is enough to genuinely connect with Black culture and communities. This concern is compounded by her past relationships and political decisions, which some argue have not always aligned with the interests of African Americans.
Her relationship with Willie Brown, a prominent figure in California politics, has also come under scrutiny. The nature of their relationship has led some to question whether it played a role in her political ascent. While personal relationships should not overshadow professional achievements, the perception that Brown's influence may have accelerated Harris's career cannot be ignored. This perception adds another layer of complexity to her public image, intertwining her personal and professional lives in ways that have fueled speculation. Furthermore, Harris's marriage to Doug Emhoff, a white man, has led some to question her commitment to the African American community. While interracial marriages are not inherently problematic, they can sometimes be used to scrutinize a person's alignment with their racial or cultural group. The debate around Harris's marriage reflects broader concerns about authenticity and representation in her political career. In terms of her record on criminal justice, Harris's evolution is particularly striking. Once known for her tough-on-crime stance as California's Attorney General, Harris is now associated with criminal justice reform. This shift raises questions about her genuine commitment to reform, given her previous support for stringent policies like California's Three Strikes Law. This law, which mandated life sentences for individuals convicted of 3 serious felonies, disproportionately affected Black and Latino communities. Her support for such measures, along with her controversial decision to prosecute parents for their children's truancy, paints a complicated picture of her stance on criminal justice. Harris's current focus on reforming the criminal justice system and advocating for reduced incarceration rates represents a significant departure from her past positions. Critics argue that this shift reflects political expediency rather than a genuine change of heart. Her previous support for policies that were tough on crime now seems at odds with her current advocacy for reform and rehabilitation.
Another point of contention is Harris's approach to police reform. During her tenure as Attorney General, she did not support measures like mandatory body cameras for police officers, a key issue in the debate over police brutality. Her stance on this issue has been criticized as inconsistent with her current advocacy for fairness and accountability in law enforcement. The ongoing criticism extends to her public speaking and interactions with voters. Harris has faced challenges connecting with different demographics, often appearing insincere or out of touch. For instance, her attempts to relate to Black voters through cultural references or casual language sometimes come off as contrived, contributing to perceptions of inauthenticity. Her efforts to appeal to younger voters and diverse communities have also been marred by missteps and awkward moments, such as her comments about Tupac Shakur, which highlighted her struggles with relatability. Harris's approach to engaging with voters has been criticized for lacking depth and authenticity. Instances like her awkward interactions with local communities or her reliance on rehearsed talking points contribute to the perception that she is more focused on political maneuvering than genuine connection. These issues, combined with the controversies surrounding her past policies and personal relationships, have led many to question whether she can effectively bridge the gap between her public persona and the communities she seeks to represent. The leaked tape and the scrutiny it has generated are part of a broader narrative about Harris's credibility and effectiveness. The tape reportedly reveals Harris making statements that some view as pandering or insincere, raising concerns about her true beliefs and motivations. This situation has intensified debates about her authenticity and the extent to which her public image aligns with her actual values and actions. As Harris navigates these challenges, the need for a genuine and consistent approach to addressing the concerns of the communities she represents is crucial. The political landscape is increasingly unforgiving of perceived insincerity, and Harris's ability to rebuild trust and demonstrate genuine commitment will be key to her future success. The scrutiny Harris faces is not merely a reflection of her individual shortcomings but also indicative of broader issues within the political sphere. The intense focus on her authenticity and the controversies surrounding her career highlight the challenges faced by public figures who must balance personal integrity with political realities. Harris's ability to address these issues head-on and rebuild her credibility will be essential in shaping her future trajectory in politics. In summary, Kamala Harris's political career is marked by a series of complex and often contradictory elements. Her historic role as vice president, combined with her shifting positions and controversies, paints a multifaceted picture of her public persona. The ongoing debates about her authenticity, effectiveness, and commitment to various issues underscore the challenges she faces in maintaining credibility and connecting with the communities she seeks to represent. As Harris continues to navigate these challenges, her ability to address the concerns of her constituents and demonstrate genuine commitment will be crucial in shaping her political future.